Thank you. Thank you. You're a beautiful crowd.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Comedy Cellar Tuesdays with Dave Juskow and Mike Suarez. Nice to see everybody, even though nobody's here. As you can see, our show after all these years has, well, it's kind of petered out. This is it. I'm here by myself with Mike, thank goodness, live in studio. No guests, no people in the chat room. Show is officially over.
There's people watching.
There are?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's something.
See?
Oh, yeah. Somebody just joined. Thank you.
Just no one said anything yet.
Hello. Hi, Gabriel. Thank you. Bless your heart. It's like when I don't see anybody in there. And I just heard Marcy's not coming. She joined another bowling league on Tuesdays. And I'm like, you did what? I was going to tell her, I was like, hey, video in today because we don't have any guests. And let me tell you why we don't have any guests. As you know from our December show, well, we have Nick and David Tell and usually Russ Maneve, who didn't show last time and was angry at me for whatever reason that I didn't pick up the phone because I was doing the show. Anyway, the four of us always celebrate our birthdays together. Now, also, as you may or may not know, we replaced Artie Lang with Nick. Artie, he wasn't doing well, so we had to replace him with Nick, which is, almost you can't replace Artie with anybody, but certainly Nick isn't. That guy doesn't say a word. He's no fun whatsoever, and but we love him. So interestingly, that was in January. So in December when we had Dave and Nick here for Nick's birthdays in December. Hey, week late. And thank you. I appreciate you keeping me company. No, you are not Job Lover. I don't know who's Calgus. I don't know who that is. Seems new. Yes.
It's a new name to me. Yes.
But you are not Job Lover. Anyway, so Nick's birthday is in December. Dave's is in January and Russ is in February. So by the end of February, we're right now where we are for Russ. Dave he's like done. So Russ always kind of gets the short end of the stick. Mine's in August, so no one cares by then, so in fact, it's nice to see everybody again in August. And so we went out for Nick's, obviously, and that was a disaster because Russ was angry at us because I don't know why. And then January, you might have seen the Instagram, we went out for Dave's, and Artie came with his sister, which was incredible that he showed up because he's been making appearances. Artie Lang, I'm talking about. But the funniest thing was that Dave was sending out an email because I told him I would handle it. See, I'm used to emailing. I have a regular job and I email all the time. These comics don't know how to use email. So I don't mind getting in touch with everybody and planning, but they're like, we don't like this back and forth. And I'm like, what's the big deal? So I try to do to everybody individually. And Dave's like, no, last time was bad, so I'll handle it. And then we ended up going to the same place. I knew what he was going to do. But he forgot to invite Nick, which was hilarious because it was funny that Artie was coming. So I just assumed that that Nick was out now that Artie was back. Yeah. And I was like, Dave, are we done with Nick because Artie's back? He goes, no, I just forgot. So, which I figured was the case, but it was kind of funny. So we went out. So anyway,
get out of here.
I wonder if he would have cared. I can't tell with that kid. He was like, okay. So tonight is the night we're celebrating Russ's birthday, which I was like, really? There's no other day we could do it but Tuesday, but that's fine. So I'm down here anyway, and we're going to have it in the West Village. And I was like, well, do you want to come on the show beforehand? He's like, nah. Then I'm like, great. So this was like 2 weeks ago, and he's like, no. So then I found out Artie was coming. I'm like, this is the day I had planned for Artie to come on the show. But I didn't know Russ was going to have his birthday. I was going to have him and his sister come on.
Mm-hmm.
But now we can't because he can't do two things on one night.
Mm-hmm.
So Russ's party has ruined this show for all of us. His name is Russ Maneve. His address is 175 East Fort. No. So anyway, that is so after this, we are going to celebrate Russ with Russ Maneve, Nick, Attell, me, Artie, and his sister at a place I got a reservation for, which nobody can get into, which is making me nervous because I have to make, because it's again somehow my responsibility has fallen upon me, where if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna get shit, which is also kind of funny, and we like it. But that's the story, and that's why. So then I was like, all right, I'm not going to do that, but let me get a guest that is going to be here tonight, like at the Cellar. We're obviously above the Cellar. So I asked Phil Hanley to join us.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah, he's never in town, and I saw he's on like the 6:45 show or something. And but he is a road warrior, if you know Phil Hanley.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the road all the time. And he apparently he's like, oh, I promised my girlfriend I would have dinner with her tonight because it's the only time I'm home. And I'm like, well, just bring her. Like, can't you come earlier? So I was actually preparing the show for him because I thought he was going to think about it. And I was doing this whole dyslexia bit,
Mm-hmm.
which we'll save for another time, obviously. Because Phil actually met my old college roommate when he was in Florida about a month ago. He met him in Florida, and then my old roommate is from Philadelphia, so he went to see him in Philly, and they met. And he's like, I can't believe you guys used to live together. Because it's really funny if you met him, you'd be like, wait, you guys were college roommates? Because, just doesn't. We're opposites.
Yeah. I worked with Phil in San Antonio last month. And
Oh, you did?
He had to leave early because of the storms.
Because of the storms?
Yeah, we had to cancel Saturday.
Because of the storms here?
Yeah. Well,
Sissy.
it was icing it down and over there, but all the
You mean
flights
he was trying to get home before the storm started?
before the flights got canceled. He had to be back on Monday morning.
Oh, shit.
And all of his Sunday flights got canceled.
Oh, yeah, they totally got canceled. Yeah. I fell 3 times in that snowstorm. I could not judge the curb with the snow, and all these tourists were laughing at me, which I would have done to them too. So it's totally all right. But yeah, so that's the problem, is that Phil couldn't make it. He's like, I thought we confirmed I'm not going to do it, and thank you. Unless you're talking about David Tell. But yeah, so Phil was going to come, and he's not here either. So, but I didn't care. I'm like, I still want to do. Hi, Aunt Judy. Oh yes, that's right. Everybody cared when I was born. Wow. Yeah, I was born on 8/13, and I weighed 8/13, and I was born at 8/13. Well, that part's not true. I added that part. That's the time Lincoln got shot. I believe 8/12. A lot of clocks are set to 8/12. It's the time Lincoln got shot. Makes a lot of sense, just before the theater started. So anyway, last week I had a show here at the Comedy Cellar. It was incredible. If you heard my podcast that came out today, it was amazing. Dan Natterman. That wasn't the good part. No. Natterman, then Sarah Silverman, then Ronnie Chang, then Marina Franklin, and finally Sam Morrell to close the show. It was an incredible lineup, and everybody was great. Marina killed. It was great. Sarah's working on new stuff as usual, so she had her notebook, but nobody cares because people just like to be in her presence. But it was great, and some of my students came, which was really funny. Everybody got to meet them, and they were amazed. And then, I just hope that some of you did get to see it, if you were in town or came to town, it was one of those shows that it was actually worth coming to town for. So, but I'll do it again soon. Hopefully, I mean, it's weird that they don't let me do it more. For some reason, somebody gets angry at it. I don't know why. The audience likes it. The staff who works here like it because my audience is very polite and nice, like everybody in the chat room. And the comics like it because the audience is energetic and incredible. And so it's at 6:00 at night. How can you go wrong? Everybody's in a good mood at 6:00. Nobody gets completely hammered. We get hammered after. It's perfect. It's perfect. And the Comedy Cellar is one of those places has those old pull chain toilets, and you could plant a gun behind it. It's got with the ball and the chain, with the pull chain. Clemenza could plant a gun. So, yeah, that's pretty much my story this week. And what we're going to do is this week we're here. In 2 weeks, we'll be remote. And then on March 10th, we'll be back here with our Oscars show with Memo and Scotty. Whether you like it or not, we will be here. I have no idea. Everybody's favorite. I never know whether it's boring or whatever. But anytime Scotty's here, it's never boring. And I think Timothée Chalamet is nominated, so it should be entertaining. Isn't he nominated for Marty Supreme?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, probably. So as long as Timothée Chalamet's in a movie, then Scotty's hilarious. So I have seen the nominations. I don't think I recognize one. I don't think I recognize one movie. I don't think that's ever happened to me in my life. I don't know what the fuck has happened between that and the subpar Super Bowl. Man, life has been sucking. I guess we have so much else to do, it doesn't really matter. But a lackluster Super Bowl, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Nobody wanted the Pats there that soon or that quickly. So nobody, I mean, unless you are, and the Seahawks, nobody pays attention to because they're so far away. So no one cared. It's obviously bad for the Jets in every way. So that was bad. And just nobody gave a crap. Plus the Patriots, they said had the easiest schedule in football because they finished so bad the year before. And they went to the playoffs playing a backup quarterback. It's like it wasn't even fair. So then that's why they got killed in the Super Bowl. And that score should have been bigger. And but I did win some money in the first quarter. I had 3-0. And that's the most important thing. Yeah, he's saying Week Late saying it's the worst Super Bowl ever. It's not the worst Super Bowl ever. Actually, the worst Super Bowl ever, at least for me, what I thought was the worst one was Patriots Rams. And it was like such a low scoring, horrible one. At least this one had some kind of stinking bozos. At least this one, I don't know, it had some sort of, well, I'm going to tell you, I thought the halftime show was terrific.
Yeah.
I have no idea why people are up in arms about that. Now, understand that the NFL is trying to go global, which is very obvious. If you follow American football, there's like 5 games in London now. There's a game in Germany. There's a game in Brazil. There's a game in Ireland. There's a game in Mexico. Every year, all these games in different places because they're trying really hard to expand worldwide so they can have all the money in the world. And it's working. I mean, people in London now like American football, which shouldn't even be a thing because it's so, like when you see rugby, it's so sissy-like, them wearing, 300-pound guys and wearing padding. When you see those guys playing rugby and they're just wearing shorts and it's just as rough. But they seem to like it and it's getting the attention. And of course, Jacksonville Jaguars have been thinking of their owner would love to move his team to London and have a permanent team there. I don't know why they don't try Canada first, but just to see, then you're international all of a sudden, like baseball and basketball. But that is the big plan, right? So to have a guy like Bad Bunny perform made nothing but sense, even though he didn't do any songs in English, which is weird. And the NFL is so sure that somebody like me, like on Christmas Day, a lackluster game between the Chiefs and the Raiders, got the highest ratings in Netflix history. And it was a bad game against two losing teams. And it still got huge ratings because of the fact of the matter is, even on bad Thursday night football games, the NFL reigns supreme. And there's guys like me all over the country that will watch anything as long as it's NFL. And knowing that, they're like, screw it. Let's put on this guy. We know a lot of our fans will hate it because, you know, they want to see Tom Petty or somebody like, I know he's dead, but I'm just saying the likes of somebody like that, somebody big, somebody American. But they're going to tune in anyway. So who cares? You know, so they don't care about us because they know we're locked in. They know we're staying for the second half of that game, no matter who's performing. So, you know, with that and the president getting so angry about whatever, I thought it was the greatest halftime show I've ever seen. Mike, what do you think?
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
I thought it was the greatest I've ever seen. And I mean,
there was no dancing sharks, but other than that,
exactly. The Super Bowl has been made fun of for years, those halftimes. I made fun of it on this show 2 weeks ago.
I said bring back up with people.
Exactly, right. That's what you have to look at. This is what I teach in class. I'm going to show them up with people, and then Keenan, you can thank Keenan Ivory Wayans for making what we saw on Sunday happen. Because he's like, halftime shows suck. I'm going to get people to tune away from the channel it's on. 20 million people tuned into In Living Color that day, and it changed everything. And I knew he was going to start with, what was the one? Titi mi pregunto. I had a feeling it was going to start with that. Tito mi pregunto. I said to myself, and I won some money on that. No, I'm just, I had no idea what the fuck he was starting. I was like, how do you pick that one? And he was like, oh, you knew he was going to start with Titi Pregundo. I can't believe he's, I don't know any of his songs, obviously. He seems okay to me. I saw him host Saturday Night Live. I thought he was funny. He's energetic. He's interesting. And quite frankly, that particular Super Bowl, and let me, yeah, right. And he's American, right? He's Puerto Rican. I mean, you know, it's like, what the hell's everybody in arms about? Exactly. Good point, Gabriel, right? So but that particular, as I have been kind of becoming a connoisseur of the halftime show and the history of the halftime show, which again, I teach. I thought that was the greatest halftime show ever because let's just assume, and we'll take a look at some of the pictures. Let's just assume, you know, you like it or you don't like it. It doesn't matter. But that was made for television. And that's brilliant because a lot of people, when they do the halftime show, they're making it for that arena there. They're like, oh, it's the biggest thing. They're not thinking, how can you? You're like, I'm performing at a stadium like Taylor Swift. But if you're thinking about it, and it's amazing that it took till 2026 for somebody to get it, what you really want to do, especially the NFL loves it, is you're performing for 90 million people who are watching all across the world. So why not make it for television, which is why it was incredible. You know, those people in the stands could barely see what was happening. He has the bushes and the cornfields or whatever, you know. He's, you know, nobody knows what's going on, so why not make it for TV? And that was choreographed to a T. The camera work was impeccable. They should actually win an Emmy for this because I've seen bad camera work at the goddamn Oscars and nobody's doing anything. I thought it was great. But Mike, you only liked it just a little bit, huh?
I thought it was good. I couldn't hear it because where I was at.
Oh, yeah, I see. I don't know. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I would like to study it. How good it was, the camera work, the choreography. I think it's worth a study in a class of its own. Super Bowl halftime shows. See how they're put together. I thought it was great. So also the Olympics are on, which couldn't be more annoying that they're on when you just want to concentrate on the Super Bowl, even a bad Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. It's still big. Nobody was interested, and yet this is the course I teach. The end of network television. Once football leaves in 2029, it's over. The Oscars are on YouTube this year. I don't know how ABC and Disney lost them, but yeah, that's nuts.
That is weird.
I don't even know if I can watch that on my TV. And my favorite thing to do is to DVR it, old man, because I don't want to sit through the commercials and I like to fast forward. So I don't even know if I can do that anymore. And my cable bill just went up. I don't know why I still have all the channel. I got to get rid of them, but I can't cut the cord. I'm too old. I still look at all the pay channels and see what's on. And I watched the end of the Star Trek 6 last night because it was on. That's only me doing that. No one else. Good to see you in action again, Captain. That's
Which one's 6?
6 is the undiscovered country where he ends up in that prison in like Alaska.
Yeah.
And David Bowie's wife has to get him out and he makes out with her.
Is that the one where they have to meet God? It's not.
No, that's 5. Come on, Mike.
I can't remember.
Mike, please.
Which one's 5?
5 is the final frontier. That's where they meet God.
Okay. What is God?
What would God?
Yeah.
What with the starship? That's what you were going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
But I misquoted it. You got it right.
No, what is God? What was the starship? Yeah, that was directed by William Shatner. It was a mess.
And then Nimoy did 6, right?
No, Nicholas Meyer came back to do 6. Nicholas Meyer did 2 and 6. Nimoy did 3 and 4. Shatner did 5, and they almost ruined the franchise. And then Nicholas Meyer came back to do 6, and I don't know who did the rest. But if 6 wasn't good, I don't know. That 7th one, which bridged the gap, called Generations, with the new, which those were excellent too. I never watched the New Generation series, but those movies were great. I just watched the other one, 8 with the Borgs. First Contact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great movie.
First Contact is good.
Right? It's good, right?
I enjoy it.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Too far with the microphone.
Oh, okay.
I was also taking a sip of coffee when he read.
Okay. I was worried about you. Yeah, First Contact is good, and then the other one isn't good. The next one isn't. That's the one where I think people don't get old or something, and it's Kirk's like younger self or something. Nebulous or something. Then it got bad.
That's the one where they run into Captain Kirk and he dies.
No, that's 7.
Oh,
come on, Mike. What the fuck?
I can't remember any of it.
What were you out getting laid instead of watching these movies?
I was in high school.
Oh my God. Get over yourself. You believe this guy? You just don't know your Star Trek The Next Generation, or as David tell you, STNNG. On my old public access show in the 80s, he goes, I was just reading some STNNG. And I'm like, what's that? Star Trek The Next Generation.
Okay, I never saw Nemesis.
Nemesis, that's the one, yeah. Well, you didn't miss anything. It's not very good. And yet I'll sit there and watch it like the Super Bowl. Anyway, speaking of the Olympics are not fun. I don't know who watches them. I mean, obviously some people like the figure skating. Yeah. I want to see action. There's not going to be, again, in the class, I teach the Nancy Kerrigan thing. Something happened with her daughter recently, and I don't know what it was. But I like the skiing where they fly through the air, and all that kind of stuff. But that Lindsey Vonn, I hate her. I don't even know why. I think it had something to do when she started dating Tiger Woods. And I'm like, what are you, a moron? At that point when Tiger Woods was a mess. I'm like, she's the stupidest person I've ever seen. And then she just like breaks her leg. She's like, I got to make a comeback. They make a big deal. And I'm saying to myself, she's just going to crash again. That's what she does. And then, of course, what does she do? First thing out, crashes. She's got a broken ACL. She said, that's not the problem. How can that not be the problem? That ruins people's careers. She crashes, ruins the contest for everybody else because it takes 20 minutes to airlift her out of there. She's the worst. And Donald Trump hates her too. So she's a loser. She really is a loser. I'm good riddance. I don't know what her story is. I don't even know what made me dislike her. I mean, she's so pretty, but your comeback was never coming back. And you just are selfish and ruined it for other people somehow. I don't know why. Like you gave away a spot that somebody else could have gotten it,
Mhm.
Meanwhile, that Eileen Gu is so hot. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's playing, but I hate her too because she plays for China when she's American. So, but my mother's Chinese. Shut up. USA, USA. So here's something not hilarious and hilarious at the same time in that category. You've heard of this saddest of all stories, Savannah Guthrie. I watch the Today Show all the time. The weird part is, I was just talking to one of my friends. I'm not going to mention his name. He was telling me, the day before her mother was kidnapped, he says, I went out with Savannah Guthrie a few times. And I'm like, oh my God, she's so hot. And then all of a sudden, she was in my mind thinking about how sexy she was. And then her mother got kidnapped. It was really weird. It's almost like Alexa was listening somehow. And it's so sad. But I don't know if you heard about this, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Gutfeld says that the entire Guthrie family should take polygraph tests, including Savannah. Like he's blaming everybody because there is something weird about the whole thing. And it's not like her brother and sister. She should stop having them on the Instagram post because they look incredibly suspicious. They just unfortunately do. And Savannah's cute as a button, and she should be the only one talking. And it's just so I can see where he would come up with that theory. They should give them all a polygraph test because there's something weird about this whole thing. Nothing makes sense. But boy, is this the kind of, hoping she's still alive, if she makes it, the kind of fun that, America loves. Meanwhile, this poor girl, she was supposed to be at the Olympics. Boo-hoo. I don't know. It's horrible, but I remember this horrible woman on Fox. Just when Fox hired a woman baseball commentator as the host, Jenny, can't remember her name. I want to say the early 2000s. And something happened. It wasn't COVID. Something happened in America. She's like, I don't know what to do with my kids, so I had to bring them to the World Series. And I'm like, why you tainted little. I was so angry about that. I'll never forget. What was I going to do? I had to bring them to the World Series. I got to find out what it was. It couldn't have been 9/11. I don't remember. Couldn't have been COVID. Mm-hmm. No, it was definitely before that. When I find out who the woman is, then I'll know. Fox, really pretty. But I remember complaining that she had to bring her kids to the World Series. I'm like, shut up. You and your white people problems should shut the. Anyway. Also, and this is, for me, Harvard is now limiting the number of A grades that they can give out. And students are having a shit fit. They're having a meltdown.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it kind of does. Again, being a college professor, I give out a lot of A's because in this day and age, I'm almost afraid not to because kids will call their parents and the parents will complain. That's the way it's become, Mike. Do you know, I found my nephews and nieces told me they don't give out F's anymore. They give out like E's. Something like they will not give you an F. I give out Fs all the time. When people don't do the assignment, I have no problem giving an F.
Yeah, but you attach a postcard of you giving the finger.
But we are giving out too many A grades. I like that Harvard's kind of calling on it because it should be based on your work. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want this kid to go ballistic and kill himself if I don't give this person a higher grade. So it's a little interesting, just a little bit. All right. Should we get to the slides I have today?
Sure.
All right.
Ready?
Yes.
Well, the first one is the football.
Yes. We're opening with our end picks for this year. We don't have any picks today, too, which is hilarious. And no guest and no picks to do. And I'm glad I'm done with that, which is why I also didn't bother. I don't have to get a guest. It's we don't have any picks or anything.
Yeah.
No, missed a pick today. Molly almost got it. It was the Seahawks in the under. She guessed the Seahawks in the over. But Molly also guessed, but Molly got it right on our chart.
Yeah.
Guessing the Seahawks in the under. You guys got it right. Mike got it completely wrong.
I had to go the opposite if I was going to catch up.
Yeah. Well, right. And I got it 1-1.
Yeah.
You got the over wrong by like 3 points. And remember at the end, that guy, Kenneth Walker, who I had to score a touchdown, scored a touchdown, and then they called it back. And then I would have won a lot of money, which would have been nice. Also, when the Patriots went for 2, if the guy had caught it, who had scored the touchdown, I bet would there be an octopus? And that's what that's called. If you score the touchdown and then catch the 2-point conversion, that's called an octopus, because it's 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
For $5, it would have paid $80. So
yeah.
I was right there. It could have happened. It was really exciting. So yeah, that is our those are the quarterbacks' wives or girlfriends.
Yep.
And I guess if you go to the next picture, those were all of our celebrity pickers this year. Obviously, Nick. We had Scott Ackerman. You know him from Comedy Bang Bang. Obviously, Molly. It's a sexy picture of Molly. Greg Fitzsimmons. Don Jameson below him. Cookie Monster, obviously. We have him once a year. Darren, Scott Rogowski. We're right here in the studio. Rachel. Sarah Silverman. Alon. Our friend Lenny Marcus. Pope Lenny. And, of course, Dave, technically Russ, and Nick. But not Russ. And we thank them for the celebrity picks. And if we go to the next slide, we see that I suck and Mike sucked a little less. And you guys sucked a little less than that. And if you go to the next picture, our celebrity pickers won the 2025 Celebrity Top 5 Championship. All those people that know nothing about football, they won the season. If you go to the next picture, that's what we've been doing since 2022. Nick won. The celebrities won 2023. I won last year, and then they won again. So the celebrities that we usually have in are winning all over for 2 years, and Mike needs to pick up one next year. You got to get on the board, Mike. 2026 is going to be your year.
All right.
I got a feeling. And that's supposed to say 2025, so I didn't change the top one. I thought I did. What's the next one? Oh, yes, of course, the Puppy Bowl. Puppy Bowl 22 was also on Sunday, and you know how we like to discuss that. Very important. Now, if we go to the next picture, we see the starting lineup, I believe. Yes, we have Team Rough. We have Brule, Oscar, RuPaul. I can't get enough of this every year. Lobster Roll and Carrie Pawshaw. Right, which is supposed to be like Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. He has those crazy eyes.
It's not a great pun, but
No, but we'll take it.
Carrie Brad Paw would have been the one.
Oh, my God. That's so obvious. These people are idiots. And that was on television, too. You need to write for that show. And then there's Team Fluff. We have Fudge.
Man, just look at Fudge. That's a perfect name dog right there.
Well, right? I agree. That's why I was like, that's perfect. And then Cheesecake. Josh Howland. Winona. And Snow Girl.
Showgirl.
Showgirl. Sorry, I can't see from far away. So those are the starting lineups. And I believe in the end, if you go to the next one, it was Team Fluff that repeated. They repeated from last year, 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That ended up winning the Lombardi Trophy.
Well, that's because Ruff had an easy season.
Yeah, they clearly just had a very easy season at the pound, I guess. And if you go to the next one, I think we have the team captains were Queso for Team Ruff. He called a good game. And Miko from Team Fluff, who ended up winning it all. Miko was really, really made an incredible pregame speech that really motivated the puppies.
Yeah, when he licked his own crotch, that really made them
like, yeah, let's do it. And if you go to the next one, I think it's the MVP. So their Team Fluff was the champions, 73-69. It was very close. If you go to the next one, I think, Twilight Barkley.
Twilight Barkle.
Oh, Twilight Barkle. Oh, that's much better. Right. But I missed last year's, what was it? D-Bone Samuel and
I can't remember last year.
Saquon Barkley.
That's a complicated inside pun. That's like a little girl pun.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, it's a little
that's
pony
what I
pun.
thought. But anyway, he scored the game, or she, whatever that is.
I'm going to assume she
scored the game-winning touchdown.
Nice.
4 teams left, because you can see the score was very, very close. And Twilight Barkle scored the game-winning touchdown. If you go to the next one, she was not. Boba was the most valuable puppy.
Yeah.
And as you can see in the next picture, you can see him getting held by the referee.
The referee.
The referee. Sorry, thank you. The most valuable puppy, Boba. And then if you go to the next one, the underdog award went to Dyke Snugglebig, which what? Who would name their dog that? Couple of lesbians, I guess. Dyke Snugglebig with you. And then I think there was a also ran, just because the names were they're adorable. Dumpling, Macadamia, and Vanilla Bean. All did great in the Puppy Bowl 22, which
sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so then I just went over the
how did Fudge do? Did he just not really put in the game? He just
you know what? His head wasn't in the game. And Dumpling, I think, called them out as just being a little lackluster. But again, Team Fluff won anyway.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Fudge is just there more for like moral support.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, oh, right. That's Fudge is like me. Like I would just, like I'm not good at football, but they'd be like, we like to have Jessica around. He cheers us on.
Yeah.
So I agree. Yeah, Scotty Hawks, you know him, right? Yeah. Oh, I teach at a university in Jersey, Gabriel, and I teach right now. I'm teaching the end of network television. That's the name of the course, and writing the romantic comedy. We're watching Annie Hall on Thursday, and I always hope that nobody knows anything about Woody Allen, but this one kid who's like, a little slow. He's like, and I'm like, shut up. I'm hoping to get away with it. I don't know what we're going to do about this guy. Now he's in the Epstein files list, but so is Sarah Silverman and Dara. And so is Rachel. Now I'm jealous I'm not in the Epstein files.
So who's who?
Sarah was listed just because I think Epstein was like, don't you hate that twat, Sarah Silverman, which is the best way to be listed. Gilbert and his wife were listed because he invited Gilbert over for dinner. He did not go. And Rachel was
a lot for Gilbert not to get a free dinner.
Right? Excellent point. I hadn't even thought about that. I'm going to see Sarah's Broadway play tomorrow with Dara, so I'll bring that up. And then Rachel's in it because for some reason he was he was emailed the Comedy Cellar list of comics that night. So I guess he was going to come down, Jeffrey Epstein. So how crazy is that? So anyway, yeah, let's take a look at some of this halftime stuff. I just thought I'd add that in because it was so cool. There was a wedding in the middle, and it was a real wedding. I remember when it came up, I was like, no, I bet you it's real. I bet you it's a couple. So we'll be talking about it later. And it was so cool. Did you see, Mike, the trees
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
when they were walking around?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
I like that.
Because for some reason they're not allowed to put shrubbery on the field. I have no idea why. And so all these people were dressed as trees, but I thought that was cool. What's the next one? Oh, yeah, Lady Gaga, big surprise, brilliant move.
Mhm.
But somebody talking in English. I mean, you want to mix it up a little bit. So that was cool. And of course, she is the shit. So, I mean, do I love her or her music? No. But Lady Gaga deserves to be in a Super Bowl. So made a lot of sense.
Yeah, she had her own a couple of years ago.
She did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she just jumped to her death at the end.
Oh, yeah. That was my favorite part. No. And then this was great when he was on the house and he fell through. But the house party, I love that. Now, I think I have a picture of all the people in the back. If you go to the next one, I think, yeah. I mean, the only people I recognize are Pedro Pascal in the middle there.
Mhm.
On the left, you see him in the white.
Yeah.
And Cardi B, definitely recognize, right? And Jessica Alba. Boy, was I happy she was there. She should be everywhere. I don't know why she's just wearing pants. That kind of was disturbing. But she's so hot. She was here on crutches about 2-3 months ago. I got to meet her. Not only is she pretty in person, but she's just cool. She was just downstairs, the cellar, and I don't know why she was on crutches. Maybe that's why she's, leaning against the pink wall there.
Mhm.
But boy, is she a joy. She's something else. She's gorgeous. There's other people. What is that girl's name? Carrie B or something. She also has a vowel. But I love that he just invited people and it was a house party. You go to the next one. What's the next one? It's oh yeah, then Ricky Martin just shows up in a banana field. I was like, I loved it. It just all made sense to me. I'm like, that's exciting. And Ricky Martin's not really a has-been, at least in the Spanish community. And he certainly was huge at one time. I also think he's a homosexual, so I'm not positive. No, he is. He's like, but can I sit next to some bananas? But no, I thought that was really cool, and I love that he was just sitting in a chair. Look at the camera guy. I mean, everything was perfectly filmed. I mean, it was so well directed. And when they have the Emmys and you win directing for a Super Bowl halftime show, I'm like, are you kidding? You're having an award for this? This deserved one. It was really well done. We missed nothing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do we go to the next one here? Yeah, there he's on telephone poles. Nobody knew what was happening there, but we had to explain it to us later that, I don't know, after all the storms, they're having trouble with their electricity, but that was cool too. He was making a little statement about what's happening in Puerto Rico. Then he was trying to bond everybody together, explain to everybody we're all Americans. I have to say to yourself, why did somebody have a problem with this? I don't know. It's a little weird. I think he really tried hard. He didn't do anything that would have insulted anybody.
No.
I thought we had it written on the football, go fuck yourself. But then I looked at it, it just says America rules. Like we're all Americans or something.
Yeah.
I thought it was a secret message, I love cock or something like. Apparently not. You go to the next one. Yeah. Oh my God. And then first of all, the store's brilliant, plan, but him falling off the roof like that, I was like, I would never do that. I would never trust those people down there. And if we were doing a sketch where I was doing the halftime show at the Super Bowl, I would have a bit where I'm yelling at all of them in practice. You people are all stupid and beneath me. Do you understand? You will never get to this level of success, so do your jobs. and that these are the people that are going to catch him.
Yeah.
I'd set it up that way. So it's so obvious they're not going to catch me. Like, screw him. It is because of you people that I am in this predicament. That's from Stripes.
Yeah.
You knew?
I'm disagreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it till you said it. I remember it now.
It's because of you people. That's when John Candy gets so mad he crashes him down the door.
Yeah.
I love that scene. It is because of you people that I am locked in here. If you go to the next one, I think it's well, oh my God. Oh my God, you have to have so much balls. I could never do this show because I would be so into it, but I would know in 5 minutes I have to do this, and it would ruin my performance. I don't know how he wasn't thinking about this nonstop. That's live on television in front of all those people. I mean, I know they're all professional. They're going to catch him the right, but he's also got to fall the right way too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was awesome. And what's the next one? Little barber pole. What is that little, like, it was like an ISIS shop. I mean, it was brilliant. Yeah. All right. It was just, he was grabbing food from everywhere. It was hilarious. I loved it. I don't, right? I thought it was the most interesting thing. Last 2 weeks ago, we were talking about that stupid Indiana Jones and the Eye of Forever or whatever.
Yeah. That
Disney put together this show, and it wasn't, it's an embarrassment. This was less than that, than a whole Disney production of Indiana Jones, and it was so much better and on another level of greatness. Up with people. I mean, this has come so far. What's the next picture? Yeah, he's just giving his Grammy. Doing why not? He won the Grammy for everything. Yeah, why not? It's like, hey, maybe you've forgotten. I just won it all last night too, which probably helped this too. And I love that they're just watching TV. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the story of it is, but it's awesome somehow. The guy was telling a story. That's all you ask for in a performer. He was putting on a show. I don't know whose concept it was, if it's all him or he has help. I thought it was great. What's the next one? Yeah, there it is. Together we are Americans. Now, what's wrong with that message?
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with that message? What are people doing? That is a quality message. I don't know why we would have trouble with our Puerto Rican friends. I always like our Dominican friends. I have a lot of Dominican friends. Puerto Ricans, I can see they're a little sketchy, but the Dominicans. But I that was beautiful. Like I said, because it was so quick, I thought the football had a different message. Go fuck yourself, Or I actually, because it was the T, I thought it was an anti-Trump thing. I got nervous. I'm like, boy, he's done so good. And that's the other thing too, to not mention any of that, to not sink to that level, which he could have. I like that too. And this, what was better than this? Do you know what that is, Mike? You found out through the,
what is it, espresso or something?
No. This woman.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Oh my God, this was great, right? We saw her. We knew something was going on. He gave her some coffee or something, but you're like, knew that lady was up to something. Like, why is she there? Well, the beauty of this story and this woman, and I don't know her name, or maybe I do. No. If you go to the next picture, this is her Caribbean sports bar grill that she runs for years in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Oh.
And she owns it, and she didn't tell anybody. It was a secret. And he invited her out to the Super Bowl to be in it. I love that story. How great look at that little dump. If you go to the next picture, I think I took a Google map shot of it. Look at it. It's nothing. It's right on Grand Street, 244 Grand Street, I think, in Williamsburg. Only 10 minutes from here. I loved that. I don't know why. Right? It made me cry thinking about how beautiful that is. And yeah, then like he's using real people too. He's like, look, these are, immigrants that do good. you know. So that was kind of cool. I think it's still open. I don't know whether look, there's somebody up there, right? It's like
her.
Is that her?
It could be. The face is
She just happened to get on the Google.
Well, it's her house.
Car
Well,
while,
it might not be that.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm sure.
Oh God, it's that Google truck again.
Oh no,
he's up to something.
At least that's on my brain pants.
Yeah, I think that's the end. Was that it, or was there another
That's
one?
the end.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I mean, I loved it. I obviously thought it was really terrific. I don't know about you guys. I haven't heard anybody chime in a second, but I thought it was just a wonderful halftime show, and really, I think the best they've ever done. I'm trying to think of something that would be better. Sometimes they just do too much, too many, walk-ons and celebrities and stuff. And this was as complicated as it was simple. I think that's why I liked it. I have no idea whether he was doing different songs. I don't know if he sang one song or three songs, but I thought it was good, and now I'm a fan. I think I was a fan anyway after he hosted Saturday Night Live. He seems like a good guy. I like that he had to stop doing his shows because, every time he would do a show, just ICE arrested everybody who went. So he's like, I got to stop doing my shows in America. You can't blame him.
Yeah.
ICE just kept showing up and arresting everybody. Like in that movie, Sea of Love with Al Pacino and John Goodman. I'll never forget. They had a pancake breakfast and it turned out to be an arrest thing for deadbeat dads. I'll never forget it. Because he let one guy go who was late. And he goes, why don't you just get out of here? He's like, yeah, but my son wants some pancakes. And he shows him the cop badge. And he goes, he's like, but Dad, I want some pancakes. Shut up. It was kind of like that. But there's probably better ways to look for immigrants, I guess, or people here illegally. That is a thing. Somehow we got to work it out and get it right. But what are you going to do? That is not for me to decide what the story is. All I know is really interesting, timely person to hire. A very interesting move by the NFL. And I thought the guy delivered completely. I'm trying to think. I think didn't Prince did a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
That was a great one. That was great. Like, remember the Janet Jackson one with the nipple slip? That ruined her career somehow, which is ridiculous. But there were no antics like that, except for him grabbing his crotch, which Michael Jackson did 30 years previous. But it was great. Also, something I had missed, Mama's 2. It's the name of a pizza place here in the West Village.
Uh-huh.
I never heard of it.
Me neither.
Voted by Time Out the best pizza on the planet. And we've never heard of it. How can that be? Right here in the West Village. I saw the pictures and it doesn't look very good because the best pizza I ever had on the planet was a place right near here called Fiore's. That was the best pizza I ever had. But remember,
yours is great.
The thing with, right?
Yep.
Not a lot of people had it. I know you did. My friend was the owner and he made it, he would tell me, this is what I want to do with pizza and wings. And he was so into it, making the sauce perfect. But here's the thing about pizza. You vote best pizza on the planet. Pizza is a very personal choice. So you can't have the best. See, if you're talking about buffalo wings, I can say this place has the best buffalo wings because buffalo wings have to be made the same way every time with the proper blue cheese and the celery and served in a wooden bowl. That's the proper way.
Yeah.
But with pizza, some people like thick crust. Some people like it beautifully sauced. Some people like less sauce. Some people like more cheese, right?
Yeah. Well,
it's the deep dish, the Chicago, the Detroit. It's a total. What's happening?
All right.
Oh, I don't care about it.
Yeah, turn your camera up, exit.
Oh, that's okay. Nobody needs to see me. But it's a personal choice. So you can't say that's the best pizza. Maybe it is for the person who did the thing in Time Out.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this. Pulling up their Google, this looks like horse shit. So,
Yeah. Oh, this is the place?
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It didn't even look appetizing.
this is places that they do non-traditional pizza, therefore it's supposed to be better.
Yeah, that looks horrible.
Yeah, poached pear pizza.
And I'll tell you something right now. If they don't have a fountain soda station, they can go fuck themselves. Because if you're a pizza place in Manhattan and you don't have a fountain soda, you're a piece of shit. That's all anybody wants in a pizza place. Nobody cares for fountain soda during the day except at a pizza place. That is what you want. A nice Fanta orange or a Coke or a root beer. If you don't have that, you stink.
I don't know. Joe's doesn't have that. They're so good.
Joe's is more of a restaurant. Wait, are you talking about the place right here on 6th Avenue?
Yeah.
The Spider-Man one?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that place. Because, why don't they have one?
Because they're too old.
It's unacceptable.
They have to run those pipes.
So Fiore's had one. Fiore's had one.
Yeah, they're a newer place.
Well,
and they're out of business now.
Well,
because of the soda thing. You didn't know that was what it was?
No, it's because of COVID.
Yeah, the COVID got in the soda thing. And
I'll always be upset by that. I went there on Halloween. You know, this town, I never come down here on Halloween anymore. But I went down. He's like, can you come down Halloween and help me out at the store? And I'm like, yeah, because I just wanted to eat pizza and have orange soda.
Yeah.
And this was only 2 years ago. Well, I guess 2019. It's not like I was 10. I was already 50 something. So I can have all the pizza I want and orange soda. Yeah. Okay, I'll be there. And I had wings and everything. Oh my God, I got so full and I had diarrhea. And but it was so great. But oh my God, it's a madhouse here on Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny. He was just making pies and wings, and it was so much fun. And it was an exciting day actually to be in the back. Like when you go to a Chinese restaurant, you see kids back there.
No.
No. Oh, I always see kids, their families are working there. I feel like if we were growing up at our parents' store, it would be kind of my grandfather used to run a shoe store in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and we used to help on Saturdays. And it was fun. And we'd sit in the back and have lunch. And then sometimes we'd take people's measurements. My mother worked there. My Aunt Judy worked there. It was fun. So it was fun working at the pizza place just for one night only. I would work there every Halloween if it was still around. So anyway, I guess that's it for today. Wow, I talked for an hour. I am good at the sound of my own voice. It's so funny. I mean, this is my podcast I do every week. If you listen to it, Just Got For All, I talk for an hour every week anyway about nothing. I was able to do that tonight for you. I hope it was at least a little bit enjoyable. But because this is a video show, we like to show videos and pictures. Most important. And I hope those of you who were watching stayed with us. And those of you in the chat room, oh my God, so great. Thank you so much for coming. I know it's kind of weird because we never know when it's on, but I promise you we will be on in, I believe, the end of February. That's in 2 weeks, remotely. And then we'll be back March 10th with Memo and Scotty for the Oscars one, which will be a 2-hour extravaganza because I can't shut up. And we love doing that one. And hopefully you like it too. Mike, where are you performing this week?
I don't have anything this week. At the end of the month, I'll be with Big J at Laugh Out Loud, and the week after, I'll be with Joe List.
Oh, terrific. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's good. You got a lot of good stuff going on. I am going to Las Vegas after we do the remote not Tuesday to go to the Comedy Cellar in Vegas with Mark Coco Cohen. And I will also be seeing finally The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, which last time my efforts were thwarted. And I will also be teaching at the college. We have a sister college in Burbank while I'm there. So that is my big plan. We'll have lots to report when I return. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us tonight on this beautiful Comedy Cellar show we do here every couple of Tuesdays or whatever. Obviously, I'll get more comedy guests coming up. Artie Lang will join us eventually. And that will be big news because it'll be his first interview in 10 years. And Dave Juskow will have the exclusive. It's going to happen. Just have to work it out. But it's going to happen. and it's going to be an awesome show. You're going to want to be here for that. And of course, like I said, we'll get Phil Hanley eventually. And oh my God, I didn't tell you, Mike. I was going to save this for the podcast, but I'm going to tell you guys because this is huge. I don't want to spoil it, but I have been working the phones or whatever that would be this day and age. Somebody started following me on Instagram, and I want to get everybody excited, but it's incredible. And I'm trying to get him on this show. And his name in the greatest movie of all time is called Mike Damone. Hey, listen, we're going to have a good time on that Cellar show, right, Jessica? You know who I'm talking about, that guy. He just started following me. I called my friend Joe at the office, and he goes, I can't talk. And I'm like, it's an emergency. And he got off this meeting with the managing partner, and he's like, what is it? And I'm like, Damone just started following me. He goes, Jessica, I can't go back to work now. This is huge. And then we had to decide whether it's bigger or equal than Larry from Three's Company. So we'll figure it out. Anyway, I wanted to tell you that too. Otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks. I hope everybody has a crappy February. Like, because February sucks. Now that football's over, what do we do? But we have each other. And of course, like I said, in Just Got For All, and Mike will be performing. Come see comedy. Come see The Cellar. That is always a good thing to do. And we'll see you next time on Comedy Cellar Tuesdays with Dave Juskow and Mike Suarez. Good night, everybody.